Good morning, viewer. Welcome to our first activity. Here is the breaking news from Pakistan. Pakistan is gripped by a major economic crisis with the rupee plummeting, inflation soaring, and energy short supply as IMF official visits to discuss a vital cash injection. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif for months held out against the tax rises and subsidies slashing demanded by the International Monetary Fund, fearful of backlash ahead of election due in October. But in recent days, with the prospect of national bankruptcy looming and so friendly countries willing to offer less painful bailouts, Islamabad has started to bow to pressure. The government loosened controls on the rupee to rein in a rampant black markets in US dollars, a step that caused the currency to plunge to a record low. Artificially, cheap petrol prices have also been hiked. We are at the end of the road. The government has to make the political case to the public for meeting these IMF demands, former World Bank economist Abid Hassan told to the reporter. If they don't, the country will certainly default and we will end up like Sri Lanka, which will be even worse. Sri Lanka defaulted on its debt last year and endured months of food and fuel shortages that sparked protests, ultimately forcing the country's leader to flee overseas and resign. In Pakistan, time is of the essence, with Nasir Iqbal from the Pakistan Institute of Development Economics warning the economy had already virtually collapsed due to mismanagement and political turmoil. The IMF delegation will arrive on Tuesday to a nation in panic, still reeling from unprecedented floods that submerged a third of its territory. The world's fifth biggest population has less than 3.7 billion in the state bank, enough to cover just 3 weeks of imports. It is no longer issuing letters of credit except for essential foods and medicine, causing a backlog of thousands of shipping containers at Karachi port, starved to stock the country can go and no longer afford. Industry has been hammered by the imports block and massive rupee devaluation. Public construction projects have halted, textiles factories have partially shut down, and domestic investment has slowed. In downtown Karachi, dozens of day laborers, including carpenters and painters, wait with their tools on display for work that never comes. The number of beggars has increased and the number of laborers has decreased, said 55-year-old Masood Jafar Iqbal, who was eating biryani from a plastic dog donated by a passerby. Inflation is so high that one cannot earn enough. At the petrol pump, a widow with her son said every day few hundred rupees of fuel for their motorcycles was precious, with the pair only eating 2 meals a day. The cost is so high that we ate our breakfast late and the second meal at around 7 with nothing in between, said Ulfat, who declined to give her second name. Beyond the report, Posak TV.